Will all semifinalists please come to the call room? All semifinalists, please report to the call room. All semifinalists, men and women, please report to the call room. Before we start the semifinal bouts, Don Anthony, the president of the U.S. Fencing Association, will be presenting a Distinguished Service Award to one of our national coaches. Mr. Don Anthony.
Test 1, 2. Thank you, Rich. I have the very distinguished honor of recognizing one of the coaches for United States Fencing, long serving with a Distinguished Service Award for the work that he's done, as well as the fact that he led our team to a silver medal in Beijing. I'd like Yuri Gilman to come up and join me for a well-deserved recognition. Thank you, Yuri. Yuri, you've been serving us. You still serve us. We appreciate all the work you've done and the leadership that you provided to our Sabre program. And is there anything that you'd like to say? Okay. And thank you so much for the recognition. All right.
Thank you, and congratulations. Semifinalists, men, to the call room, please. Will the men's semifinalists report to the call room?
Semi-finalists, please come to the call room.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Don Anthony, president of USA Fencing and a member of the executive committee of the International Fencing Federation. I'm joined here today by Tim Morehouse, silver medalist from the United States in Beijing. And we are here at the University of Illinois Chicago UIC Flames Athletic Center for the Korfanty World Cup, sponsored by Absolute Fencing. We've had a number of 2 days of great fencing. We are at the point where we're starting our women's final. And Tim, tell me a little bit about what you've seen.
You know, it's really exciting to be back here in Chicago. Honored to be here with you, Don. Year number 2, we're shaking hands. And it's going to be great. I think we got some really great matchups coming on. Of course, Mariel Zagunis is in the top 4, a little redemption last year. She was eliminated early. And hopefully she's going to go for the gold here. And just want to say hello to all the people listening in from the U.S. and around the world.
Well, thank you, Tim. We just saw a nice shot of her coach, Ed Korfanty, has led Mariel Zagunis to 2 gold medals in Athens and Beijing. And we're going to give you the rules for the Sabre. This is this team competition. This is actually individual. It's 15 touches to win. They will take a 1-minute break at 8 touches. The target area is anything above the waist. The fencer who is attacking has the right to score, and scoring is electronic with a metallic jacket, mask, and cuff.
Awesome, and we've got the women coming up first. We've got Mariel Zagunis is going to be taking on Vecchi from Italy, and then we've got Kovaleva who's going to be taking on Lembach. So we've got 2 great matchups in the women's, and I'm really excited. It's going to be quite a nice finals, and of course on the men's side, we've got 3 Italians in the finals. We've got Enrico Berri, the young Italian who's really been up and coming this season, had a huge breakout season. We'll be taking on Luigi Semele. And then in the other matchup, we've got oldie but goodie now, Aldo Montano versus Yakimenko.
You know, it'll be very fun to see Aldo Montano in the men's side. But back to the women, we've got representation from 4 countries. And all of these are very solid fencers. Looking forward to an excellent match. We're about a couple of minutes away from the fencers being introduced. As you look around the venue, you see some of the referees over on the side. We've got, to the back, Marius from Romania, one of our top referees. We've got great officiating here. And it's very exciting. We've got, as I'm looking at all these people who've been working so hard, we want to thank all the volunteers, the local organizing committee, as well as the staff of USA Fencing for putting together a very, very good event. You see Mariel Zagunis getting ready to be led out, and we're going to probably hear the house announcer. The referee coming with them is Papa Torre from Senegal, one of the top referees from London. We got Mr. Vasquez from Spain, Ms. Googler from Turkey, and then Wilfredo Molafortes from Cuba.
It's going to be a great matchup. Mariel should be favored here, number 2 in the world. Of course, none of these fencers in the finals are any slouches. Her opponent, Vecchi, is number 5 in the world.
So we just saw Mariel get introduced, and Vecchi, hearing her bio being presented with the fact that she's been Olympic and world champion, and she'll be fencing Vecchi, who is also one of the up-and-coming. When we look at this, you know, you got Mariel is actually the most senior of this group of women, and you know, she brings that experience to the table.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Mariel's won 1 World Cup this season. She's really, it's unbelievable how long Mariel has been at the top of her game. I mean, all the way from the Athens and before the Athens Olympics. Really a testament to her to stay so focused over so many years. And I know she'll be out for redemption in Rio 2016 and try to climb back to the top of the podium.
Oh, absolutely. That was a big surprise. And now we see the referees for these bouts, as well as their competitors. They're announcing on the other side now, Ms. Kovaleva and Ms. Lembach. So we have a good representation, and I think that it's going to be very important. I want to thank
our head of the DT, Sam Cheris, which is the director of technique. They are the ones that make sure things run the way they're supposed to. We've got Jose Luis Alvarez here, who is the head of the arbitrage. And even the other members of our DT are Yana Dakova, who's a member of FIE Arbitrage, and Attilio Tas, who is also head coach at Brown University.
Absolutely, and we're getting ready to go here. We've got Marielle Zagunis versus Vecchi of Italy. A great matchup, number 2 in the world, Marielle Zagunis, versus number 6 in the world, Irene Vecchi. It's going to be a really great matchup, and you know, Marielle favored here, but Vecchi is a very strong fencer, has had a very good season, so this is going to be a very interesting match.
So we see Mr. Korfanty bringing out the water and towel, getting her hydrated. They've been fencing. Some of them, I think, if they weren't in the top 16, they are automatically, if they're in the 16, they didn't have to start fencing today. Some, anybody who's not in that 16 would not have fenced, but all of these are very well ranked, and they're showing that they were able to hold.
Here we go, getting ready to start. Checking the ref's mic here. Got the 2 athletes getting their equipment ready.
So Mr. Papatori will be the head referee. We'll have, looks like Miss Googler on video, and then the assessors on the side will be Mr. Vasquez and Mr. Molafuertes.
And similar to last year, I'll be on Twitter, so if you guys want to send me questions, just at Tim Morehouse. Any questions you have about what's going on, any thoughts, just let me know.
And Tim, you've been in these on many an occasion. You know what the level of competition is. I remember when I was a much younger person, I was also involved in a number of World Cups. What's going through these fencers' minds right now?
I mean, I think they're just focused. I mean, to get here, to win through, you know, get to the final, especially as many as Marielle has, she's an extremely, extremely focused fencer. She does not let distractions get to her. But she's, you know, I think she's looking for a lot of redemption from last year. I know she'd love to win this on her on the home turf here in Chicago, and look for her to be really strong. She survived the early scare. She had a 15-14 match earlier in the day with strong French fencer, Boudef, and I think since that she's been just turning it on, winning her last few matches, 15-7, the last one 15-12 against her teammate Dagmara. So unfortunately we had Dagmara, Wozniak, and Zagunis in the 8s, and had to lose one of them, but a good day overall for the U.S. fencers.
And also the fact that this tournament is named for her coach, Mr. Ed Korfanty. That would also be a nice
legend.
So that would also be a nice icing to the cake of being here on home turf and winning, you know, her coach's tournament.
Absolutely.
We started with 155 fencers in the women yesterday. We're down to the top 4. It was a large and extremely talented field. We had a number of U.S. fencers make it to the second day, and now we are on our way to seeing who's going to walk away with the gold. We'll have the first semifinal bout, which will be beginning shortly, and I think they're probably just checking the video equipment at this point.
Trying to make everything is all set and ready to roll. You know, really good day for the U.S. Ibti Muhammad is a top 8 result, as well as Dagmara Wozniak. They finished 6-7 respectively, and Ibti really solidifying her spot on the team right now. So it looks like heading to World Championships, you're going to have Marielle Zagunis, Dagmara Wozniak, Ibti Muhammad, and then, of course, Eliza Stone, who's was the hometown favorite, went out in the 64, but you know, Ibti was looks like she was struggling early in the season, had a great top 4 result. A few World Cups back, and really solidifying her position with the top 8. Of course, there's still one World Cup left, but it's looking pretty good right now. Those are going to be our 4.
So as we get ready to see this, and you know, we have a season ahead of us still, 2 more competitions. We've got the Pan American Zonals, and you know how important that is as far as the points. So even though Ibti's sort of locked, looks like she's solidified, it's still not locked for her. So you know, she's going to still have to do quite a bit of work.
And this is really a really competitive women's saber group during the season. We've had a lot of different people making finals. Daria Schneider has made 2 top 8s this season. Monica Aksamit's really been coming on strong. Ipti's sister Faiza has made a lot of strong results this season. So a really, really talented group of fencers on the women's saber side for the U.S.
And there you see Vecchi just a minute ago. You saw her getting her last-minute instructions. You see her coach down in the lower part of the screen. And they're testing. And it looks like we are ready for the battle to begin. Not sure why we had such a long delay. I'm wondering if it was because they hadn't hit the official start time. No, we're past that by about 6 minutes. And they test again.
It looks like we're going to be ready to roll here. The athlete's getting on guard.
See Mario with her red, white, and blue star mask.
It's become a very fashionable since London. You have a lot of countries now wearing their country colors on the mask.
Well, I think it's really good for the sport. I mean, it's always hard to identify the athlete.
And there we see Mario pulling distance, and Vecchi with a nice counter pyro post after falling short gets on the board first.
Mr. Papatori says that Mario's holding a little bit. Vecchi takes a 2-0 lead.
Both of them start coming together. Papatori really a referee that likes to see the arm first on his middle calls.
Vecchi has to straighten her blade. Obviously a lot of impact on that last action.
There, Marielle with a nice attack gets on the board.
Nice, solid attack.
When Marielle's on, she's got such a deadly attack, so strong in the middle. Really good sign for her, landing the first one. Beautiful parry
post. Yeah, she made the parry post and wasn't sure if it went off, and she was ready to get another one if she had to.
And there's Marielle with the attack. Marielle really sets up everything off of the attack. Even that last parry was really set up by the one before. Vecchi afraid to go back with Marielle's attack, cuts in and sets up parry post situations. There we go.
She says that the first attack was no. Now Papatori is he will look at the arm, but he's also watching the feet. A little bit more of a stickler on the feet than a lot of the referees that we see.
And that's one of those calls that changes throughout the year. So in previous years, any little motion forward or up or parry, you'd get the attack no. A lot more referees have been calling that an attack now, but Papatori is saying Marielle goes up to the 5 and misses first. I think that's going to be Vecchi's point. Looked like Marielle searched for the blade and Vecchi went right away. So let's see what they say. They're going to the replay.
Yeah, the question will be whether Vecchi actually was looking for the blade as well, and if they're going to give her a compose. He's looking at Marielle, so it's obviously he's going to call it the other way.
Looked like it. Looked like Marielle. Vecchi was kind of waiting there. Marielle searched, and then Vecchi went right away. Attacking in the world has just got so much stronger now, so you see a lot more simultaneouses.
Well, and I think the other part of it is that it's so hard to defend against these good attacks that no one wants to really take that risk.
Absolutely. You've seen many simultaneouses over the course of this tournament. Another one there. And people really picking their spots. It's like when one fencer decides to go back, the other fencer seems to be so tuned in just to keep going and land. And we've seen a lot of people just really pushing the attacks here.
I remember last year you were talking about the fact that, yep, she was preparing a little bit there, pulled her arm back a little bit. She wants a replay, but I think that was an accurate call.
Yeah, I don't think she'll get that one arm way back. Marielle, great timing on that one.
One of the things that you were saying last year, yeah, they gave it to her.
There we go. Let's see. And I think that's going to be attack no. and then they're calling remise. So that's the call now where, even though Mariel missed, Vecchi was looking for the parry, and they'll give you the continuation. That's why this time Mariel got that attack.
Exactly. It's really a question of the looking part. So if you don't make a mistake, it's not going to get away from you.
So you see Mariel mixing in that attack. You see her little steps first, trying to see if Vecchi's going back slowly, but a lunge to get the simultaneous. But if Vecchi pulls, Mariel's so good at taking over. Same thing there. Mariel's really looking for Vecchi to pull, and then Mariel's going to take off down the strip and try to land that attack.
And I thought that was going to be next. That time she wanted to see if she could pull the pair of repos.
People don't always realize that, each touch is actually set up a lot of times by the touch before.
Or 3 touches before. Simultaneous, get the rhythm, and then pick your shot where you're going to take either a pair of repos or a counter repos, depending on.
Looks like something bothering Mariel under her mask a little bit.
Yeah, underneath it.
Mariel's up 6-5 here. And I think it's going to be attack no. Yep, attack no riposte. Mariel's asking for what she did before, trying to say Vecchi was still searching for the parry.
I think the biggest problem with that one is she just made such a big blade action. If she kept it on the target, she would have. Yeah,
see the
yeah,
replay.
you can see it when it goes
Searching
down.
for the blade.
Yeah.
6-6 here. So far, both these fences really evenly matched.
Making those just very contained attacks.
And there, Mariel take a little risk, takes a little parry too.
Yep.
I think Vecchi was finishing to the same place on a few of those, and Mariel decided to play the odds there and go for the 2.
And that's the other part of it. You just really look to see how many times you're going to the same line, and if you can take advantage of it, you do.
That time Mariel went for the same move. This time Vecchi's stronger and able to push through the parry. And that's going to be Mariel's on the attack.
Yeah.
Vecchi waiting too long, and Mariel up 8-7 at the break.
So, quick analysis of what we've seen so far, Tim.
Both fencers very similar games here. Mariel really, both of them trying to be aggressive in the middle and then trying to mix in the parries. If they see their opponent going back, trying to just extend out from the middle into a long attack. So far both have, I would say, taken an equal number of risks in regards to parrying, but this is going to be an interesting bout to see if either one of them can create a little separation from the other. Neither one has really used the strip too much. It's been mostly in the middle. If the person's gone for a parry or pulling the distance, it's really just been with 1 or 2 steps. So we'll see if that changes in the second half.
Yeah, I think that they've been playing, as we would say, in the box. So that's something that we want to try to see if we can change. There are a few things that we want to, we like to see it open up a little bit. So I understand we might be having a little.
Looks like it's moving though.
Yeah, we're checking out the YouTube stream for those of you who are looking. Said that I got a text that says that we were having a little bit of a glitch in it, but if it's not moving for you, just give it a little bit of time. We'll be right back with it. We're coming back up on the second half of this bout. Score 8-7 for Mario Zagunis. Irene Vecchi trying to see if she can. She's staying close, but both of them would like to get a little distance so they don't take it down to 14-14 if possible.
Here we go. There, Mariel's so good. She sees Vecchi pull the distance. Looked like the Italian coach maybe suggested using the strip there. Vecchi trying to pull a little bit more, but Mariel just catches up to her.
Same thing again. Vecchi's coming in just a little bit hesitant. Mariel makes a very fast, finishes it off.
And now Mariel's so dangerous with the lead. She's not going to make a lot of mistakes. She's probably going to keep pressuring her, mix in that parry. See if Vecchi can do something to make a little run here.
Vecchi catches her coming in. Mario making a little big action, sort of going to 5, not able to pick it up.
Marielle with a nice 2 parry. She's clearly knows Vecchi's trying to finish underneath. That's the 3rd time she's gone for it, 2nd time she's gotten it.
Well, also with that left-hand side, if she can close that line, it doesn't leave Vecchi a whole lot of options unless she is already planning on changing.
Oh, beautiful counterattack there from Zagunis.
And once again, now she's gotten a couple pair of repos. Vecchi's going to be a little hesitant, gives her an opportunity to get some tempo.
And Marielle's so calm in these situations. And there she's landing. And now Marielle's really got her where she wants her. She sees Vecchi pulling back. She's able to land. She's able to do the parry. Vecchi's taking a little break here. Smart move with Marielle on a run. See, guys tie their shoe, women fix their hair.
Right.
That's what I always learn.
That's their option.
That's the timeout.
That's right.
You and I don't have the hair to fix it, take the break. But this is really what makes Marielle so good, is she can finish in the middle together, and then as soon as she sees the opponent pull, she can just go down the strip. And on the other end of that, if the opponent lunges too soon, very good at feeling, just to do that parry or post if someone does it too soon. So you have to be so precise with Marielle because she's just really on it with her distance.
Yep, that's why she was able to be 2-time gold medalist and world champion, and she's just pouring it on right now.
And we call this, once you've got the person's rhythm, she's really got Vecchi's rhythm down. She knows what Vecchi's doing, and once you've got that, you're at a huge advantage. This time Marielle pulling the arm a little bit too much.
Yep, just a little bit too much.
Marielle looking, trying to get the call. She's asking for a video. I think it's going to be simultaneous here. Look like she was a little bit more aggressive with her arm, but I don't know that she won the timing here. Yeah, she's going to come back and I think, call this together.
Yeah, probably. So we know that we're having a couple little technical difficulties with the live stream. We're working on it.
And I think that's going to be Marielle's right there.
Yeah, I think so. So it'll be very interesting. No call whatsoever on that.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like to end the bout on simultaneous, even when earlier it might have been Marielle's.
Well, if it's really obvious, they'll make that call. But if it's that close, it's like, hey, come on, give me something better to call.
Quick attack. I think Marielle's going to challenge this one. Look like attack, no. But she's looking back at her coach, trying to decide whether to challenge it.
Oh, wow. Marielle takes it down, closes her out, still gets the counterattack.
Beautiful parry riposte from Marielle.
Well, she is now in the gold medal match. She'll be waiting to see who's going to be the winner between Miss Kovaleva and Miss Limbach. And so we know one's in.
That was really a classic Marielle match. Really, really good feeling in the middle. Able to finish on simultaneous and then sense her opponent going back and be able to go down the strip and finish the attack. And then if Vecchi was lunging early, just take those pyro posts. And Ed Korfanty, one of the things he always says is you've got to be able to feel simultaneous. Some coaches aren't huge fans of it. Just did right there.
Yeah, she didn't get, when she started off, she lost a few simultaneouses at the beginning. But once she got a feel for the way the referee was actually going to be calling them, she was very consistent in doing it over and over again and working off of it, either going forward, going back. And it's just been, a classic Mario Zagunis victory.
So we got this next match coming up here with Lembeck versus Kovaleva. This is Kovaleva's best result of her career. But she's a young fencer ranked number 2 in juniors. Top 8 finisher last year. And another top 8 at the Bologna World Cup. So she's currently 109 in the world. This is going to move up Kovaleva's ranking quite a bit.
This will give her some points.
And Lembach, number 14 in the world. Silver medal at the 2014 Dakar World Cup this season, having a very, very strong season. And This could be another good matchup. Here we'll see if Kovaleva can continue her career best run.
Yeah, but, you know, this is when the up-and-coming want to start getting on the map. And so we've got two of the new rising stars coming in today, and we'll get a chance to see what it looks like. We've got Mr. Vasquez.
Danny Vasquez from Spain, really good guy. Actually a police officer back in Spain, so good job to be a referee.
Yeah, well, he'll police this one, I'm sure.
Got Lembeck on the left, Kovaleva on the right, and she starts it off with a preparation and a very swift walk back to the line.
I think she wants to make quick work of this if she can, and she is definitely on it.
Very nice preparation there against Lembeck. Lembeck, a classic French fencer, is going to use a strip a lot, big attacks, likes to go for a lot of action, so I think we're going to be in for an entertaining match.
It actually should be very good and Kovaleva is just really eating her up on the counter time.
I think Kovaleva's got nothing to lose here. First top four, and you could approach it two different ways. You can be nervous. Looks like she's very loose out there. She pulls the distance again. Oh, nice counter power from Lembeck to get on the board.
Yep, parry repost, and that's all that she needed. Now she's, but once again, it's all that feeling. We'll see where this goes. Has she picked up this new rhythm? Does she have a new time?
There's Lembeck. There you see the French attack. They like to go over the top. Big lunges at the end. And the translator from Russia shouting some things to her.
And I don't see Christian Bauer in the box right now.
Yeah, Kovaleva being coached by the translator right now. There we go, counterattack from Lembeck, very nice. Evens up the score here. Kovaleva started with a lot of momentum. Lembeck with a really nice answer.
She's been doing that so well. Perfect distance, just enough. Just enough to score.
And welcome back, everyone. I guess we're having some trouble with the live stream, but happy to have you back.
Yep, and for those of you who missed the earlier ones, we had Mario Zagunis advance. So we know that she is in the final. Beat Miss Vecchi.
Here we've got a great matchup with Lembeck and Kovaleva. Simultaneous actions. Kovaleva, her best result of her career here today. And this is also a very strong result from Lembeck from France. And that must be her 4th point. Kovaleva's touches 4 to the wrist, 2 stop cuts and 2 attacks to the wrist. So she's got a great feeling for the wrist of Lembeck here.
And just that distance. I mean, to be able to get that over and over again is just a very, I mean, it's not easy. We know how hard that can be. As we were just talking about how people just don't want to go for the counterattack. She's getting all of her actions on the counterattack.
Nice counterattack. The translator celebrating her point. Beautiful parry. Oh, very nice touch. Kovaleva at a finish and convert.
Just staying consistent. And you know what, she's been doing this so well is just that controlling of the distance. She's controlling it going back. She's controlling it going forward. Not getting too close. Not giving Lembeck a lot of opportunities to even hit her.
This time Lembeck using the strip, pulling Kovaleva short.
And doing
very
just
nice repost right after that.
Yeah, easy. But I think the big difference on this one is that she didn't rush it.
Oh, again, Kovaleva. That is, really interesting. I think that's her 4th stop cut of the match. Really doing it with distance is the key there, pulling the distance and then just putting her arm right, putting her blade right on Lembeck's wrist. That is actually the Russian translator. He was a fencer coaching Kovaleva. Christian Bauer, a man of many, we're going to get to see the wrist touch here. Looks she's actually pulling the distance and looks like she's hitting her underneath.
Underneath, she's hitting her as Lembeck hasn't even started her attack. she's just coming forward carrying the blade, and she's making her pay for it.
And you see a lot of people usually with the over stop cuts, but the under one could be a little more challenging because your wrist is still there, but she seems to have a really good feeling for that touch right now.
Well, I think the reason why it's so successful for her is that she's hitting in such good time that there's just so much, there's no way that the other light's even going to come on.
And just saying hello to everyone. If you'd like to shoot me over some questions at Twitter, I'm at Tim Morehouse. We are here at the semifinals of the women's sabre of the Korfanty Absolute Fencing World Cup. Kovaleva getting right back to the line. She's ready to go. Look at that determination on her face. She looks really determined to make some more noise here.
She is no joke. This is all about work and getting the job done. And you know, this is the one thing I'm appreciating about her is that a lot of people who have never had a result get here and they're just satisfied to be here. She's like, I am not stopping now.
She went for that touch again. This time missed it, but Lembach was short. And immediate remise.
Wow.
Caught Lembach flat-footed. You know, actually a really important time is that transition between going back and forward. A lot of fencers are in a weakened position once they're ready to turn the table from going back to forward. That time, Kovaleva capitalizing on Lembach just being flat-footed.
And a lot of them won't even take that chance of taking the attack and going forward on it. I mean, usually you miss, and most folks are not even thinking about making another attack on top of it. Not in that type of tempo and distance.
And yeah, I think they got the call right. Kovaleva misses first, and then Lembach misses the repost. Lembach pleading her case here, but no argument to win.
It looked like it was pretty solidly on the guard to me.
Kovaleva that time with a pyro post. She's really feeling it. I'm really impressed with her fencing so far.
You know what was nice about that? She's been making the cut underneath. That time she took the blade from underneath.
That time starting a little early.
I don't think Lembach just didn't start.
Let's see what they call this.
Yeah, that was right. And it's pretty obvious. She's the one who's been making the counterattacks so much.
I'm going to challenge that one.
I don't think she's going to win it, but we will see.
You know, I mentioned the translator coaching Kovaleva. You never know with Christian Bauer. He will. He is a coach of many mind games. When you're, who knows why he's not here right now? But there's usually an interesting story behind it.
Well, actually, I was watching her earlier, and he's been working with her throughout this tournament. So I guess he doesn't want to mess up a good thing. I mean, she's not the top fencer. Christian was focused on those who are higher ranked, and because there's so many of them, so he had to pick his. Nice touch.
She's like, I don't miss the wrist.
Why didn't my light go on? Something must have happened.
11-8. Kovaleva. See, Lembach looks like she might counterattack. Pulls her short.
And then she does it again.
It's exactly what I said earlier. Lembach's pulling her short, but then just not ready to go. And Kovaleva just really quickly making a reprise right in and one lighting her.
Well, I just don't think Lembach is expecting to have a blade in her face.
Oh, beautiful two repose from Kovaleva.
She is working these angles. She's going down. She's going up. She's not staying. Usually we're going side to side. She is making these very sharp clearing actions. Tried it again.
She pulls. Let's see if she goes short. And that time, pyro post from Lembach.
Lembach makes a very good parry. I mean, she's made a lot of those. If she wasn't getting hit so often with the counterattacks, this would be a very different bout for her.
And now, you know, Kovaleva last few touches has almost been, you know, daring Lembach to go after her. This time Lembach finally lands. We'll see if she continues to kind of bounce forward and give Lembach the attack.
Feels like Lembach's finally getting a little bit of the rhythm and figuring out how she can move.
And there's, you see Kovaleva now, her strategy seems to be go in and out and kind of let Lembach go at her. We'll see if she mixes in an attack here. Nope, she does the same, and Lembach's on it now. She's going to have to change. She keeps doing in-out, and Lembach knows it's coming. And now she's made a little run to pull within 2 points. And now Kovalev, of course, taking the hair timeout.
Yep. But, you know, this is when the experience starts coming through, knowing that you have to change your rhythm, you have to change the game. Kovaleva, you gave them the opportunity, you know, as you said, she should have gone for the attack at that point.
And I think it's a smart move here. You know, you got to take a little break when there's a run. No timeouts in fencing, of course, so we've got shoe tying for the guys, hair for the women.
Yeah, the women get to get a lot more time, though, because it takes, they can, oh, there you go, that nice, she went for the pair of repos. She just, and if she had made the repost, she might have gotten that touch.
I just think right now she's a little bit too passive. Lembach's getting more confident with her attack. Let's see if she gets more aggressive here or continues to let Lembach go at her. And she goes back again, and Lembach lands again.
She's going, she is, it was effective early, but it's too predictable now.
See if she goes in and out again and just lets Lembach go again. There you go. It finally looks like she was going to make a straight attack. She will start a little early. Let's see if she goes back to it, though. And there, a little more aggressiveness in the middle, which is what she needs to do here to stop this run from Lembach. And there we go.
She was able to close her out.
And this is the hard part when you're trying to come back is, you know, it wasn't really a move there, just kind of Lembach landing on the guard, and one light for Kovaleva. And now Lembach's got to really focus if she's going to try to pull this bout out. 3 in a row, and you can't have any land on the guard touches.
No, you can't give up anything. And Lembach is not really confident in, I mean, she's gone for a bunch of pair reposts, and she goes for another one.
Let's see if, and there's that fittingly with the wrist touch. We got to see that again. And Lembach doesn't even believe it. She's like, there's no way I'm missing you.
Again?
Let's see that touch. This was, I think, 5 or 6 of the very fitting to end on that wrist touch. Kovaleva into the finals against Agunis. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this blade action right underneath Lembach.
Dares her, sets it up, keeps the look at the position.
And then and most people do that over. It's really interesting to see her doing that under, because your arm, when you go over, the reason you're going over is to pull your arm out of the way. Here going under, as I said, your arm's a little more exposed, but she's making it work, so can't argue with it.
Because she's covering so much distance when she gets out of there. It's like there's nothing to hit.
Now we got the men coming up. The first bout, 2 Italians, Enrique Berri and Luigi Semele. And then we're going to have Aldo Montano, 3 Italians in this final versus Yakimenko. A very Italian final here. The Italians having a very, very strong day here.
Yeah. It looked like it was actually at one point going to be, there were 3 Russians. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Russians. We only had one Korean trying to fight his way into the top 4.
Got Kapishwari there in the middle.
Bill Becker from the United States. And they will be taking the first bout for the Italians. Aldo Montano, 2004 Olympic champion from Athens.
And, you know, Enrique Berri is really the story here. This is really been his breakout season. He has really flown up the world rankings, number 8 in the world. Really been a dominant force in the team event.
And then we had Yakimenko, was leading on points, the number 1, was favored for London, got an injury, and is actually just starting to come back and show that he's still a force to be reckoned with.
And yeah, you kind of see, you know, for Yakimenko, really his career is going to be defined by Olympic medals. And I think you've seen him have sort of a down season, but I think for him, he's won a lot of World Cups. I think for him, it's all about Rio. He's got to go to Rio and really win the gold. That's the Russian standard if he's going to go down as one of the best, which is what I know he wants. He's been number 1 in the world, and you know, he wants that gold. But we got the Italian first, Enrico Berri, and Gigi Semele, 2 great competitors. Number 6 in the world with Gigi Semele, number 8 in the world. And the Italians, people retire, and the next guys just come in, jump right up in the top 8 in the world.
Yeah, well, you know, there are major strong federations, the Italians and Russians being 2 of those, but the Italian program, the Italian system has just been so strong. Their media is amazing. They figured out a way to make this work. The sport works for them in their country, and you know, it looks like they're showing that strength and that consistency one more time.
And they've got such a deep program. It's really amazing. We've got an American refereeing here. Good to see an American male in the final, even if it's the referee.
Hey, it's the first time we've had an American referee doing the final in a long time, so that's good.
We're going to see how into it these guys are. Barry scores the first point. No yell here. Sometimes with teammates, you either get a very dramatic, yelly match, or you get two guys just kind of fencing calmly.
Well, I don't think these guys are going to roll over because I think both of them want it very bad. The only thing that you usually miss in that is the Italians screaming at each other for, you know, the crowd part of it.
Although you never know, when Tarantino used to fence Ochuzzi, they used to almost have a fist fight during the match. So looks like these guys are, you know, going to fence but not do too much yelling, at least early. That can always change, though, if you get a hard hit in there or something one and the other doesn't like.
That's right.
There's Semele going for the parry, and
Barry making him pay.
And these guys know each other so well, so many training camps together, so much practice time together. Gigi's not going to like that one. We'll see if he challenges it. She does.
She does, yep.
I think they're going to come back with a simultaneous.
Yeah, I think that's what both of them would have expected. Kopperschwari's behind him, so Zolder's, you know, they'll confer and they'll see, you know, and Zolt supported it. Yeah. And from what I've heard, Bill's been very good today.
And they're in a nice little stop cut on Semele. And this Italian team is going to be, you know, one to really be reckoned with for a long time, even though no team event in Rio. But these guys are young now.
Yeah, that's another thing. These guys have come up through the juniors, so they've been fencing with each other, and it's really advantageous for them because they gel. You know, they either decide they're going to be friends or enemies, but one way or the other, at least they know where they stand with each other.
That is true. And there we see Semele catching Barry's Sabre. Probably an unintentional point there, but he'll take it.
Well, as I say, anytime you've got that lefty advantage, take advantage. You can use it, and if you can close that line, which a lot of good lefties can do that.
And there we see another unintentional one. Semele with a nice takeover. The one thing I really love about Semele, very relaxed fencer. If you want to see someone that really is calm as he's moving up and down, he's really great about this. You see, even with him going down the strip, stays really relaxed, and it actually does open up opportunities for counterattacks because you almost look like you're not ready, but he's ready, and then he gets a nice counterattack in.
Yep.
Got the Italian coach sitting behind us, so we'll see if he likes our analysis here. And as a coach is very important, he's got to sit in the middle. If you sit on one side or the other guy might get upset.
Has to be neutral.
This time
acknowledges, Mr. Barry acknowledges, realizes that's the absolute correct call.
And Barry's going to challenge that one. He's saying he parried it. We can see that one on a replay.
Well, the replay's on this side, so they're not going to be able to see a thing.
I think this lands. Yeah, I think he gets him. That's a correct call.
Yeah.
Both Italians have now used the challenge.
And in this, they get 2 challenges. They can continue to get challenges as long as they are correct, but they only get 2 incorrect challenges.
So this is one of those calls we were talking about earlier. This time Semele gets attack composé. Like 3 years ago, that was 100% attack no.
Exactly.
Now they're given a little more opportunity to extend on the attack,
which I think is a good thing, personally.
And there's Barry, really nice flunge, extending with the arm first. And the Italians are really just unbelievably great with the long attacks, very patient. They're really able to finish against counterattacks and mix in strong finishes. So see a really great attack there.
And, you know, for those who don't know the sport, they don't realize how important the whole footwork component is. And, you know, we'll see with the Russians, they have extremely good, the Italians have great footwork, but it's very different. One is just very, very tight, precise. The Italians is like flowing and dancing.
I want to say hello to a few people. We got Jennifer Oldham watching our stream here, the coach, North Carolina. Got a lot of people tweeting me at Tim Morehouse, so we got hello to everyone. Here we are in the first match of the semifinals. Two Italians, Gigi Semele, number 6 in the world, versus Enrico Berri, number 8 in the world. As I mentioned earlier, it's really been a breakout season for Berri. He's really just moved up the rankings, a lot of great results, and I think he's really going to be an important athlete for the Italian team for many years.
So tell me, what are you seeing in this match so far? Is there anything that stands out as far as Semele's up 8-6? Is there something that he's doing that you think is going to carry him to the end, or do you think Berri will come back with a new strategy? Because they don't have a coach telling them anything. They got to figure it out on their own.
I mean, both these guys really haven't looked like they've asserted themselves quite yet. They've really making effort to not yell, and I think they're we'll see if one of them decides to really step it up or if they continue at this tempo. But it's been pretty relaxed so far, which is what you sometimes get with the same country fencing. And here we go. He started early. Actually, Gigi arguing that he doesn't want Enrico to get the card.
He didn't need the card. It's like, okay. But, you know, there's been all of a sudden their arbitrage is saying that they have to give a card as soon as they jump. Some of them are responding. Some of them aren't. And
Semele, he's been working that counterattack pretty well here. Gets another one. And then mix it up. Nice parry post.
That was solid.
Semele's a very crafty fencer, very good parries, very good stop cuts, likes to mix it up there. Looks like he tried to go for a little parry in the middle of his lunge, and Berri scores a point. Gets it 1 point closer at 7-10 here.
That was a big touch. If it was 7-10, went to 8-10, that's a lot closer than now he's at that 11-7, and they're at that point where it'll be very easy for Berri doesn't have much opportunity to make any mistakes at this point.
Oh. Beautiful point there. A few counterattacks there. Enrique ends up on the last one.
Nice exchange. Nice phrase.
Here, what? Semele really extends the tier to 12-8. Really, he's had a pretty nice attack here, pretty nice defense.
He's controlling this
He's definitely controlling the match here. We'll see if Enrico can break out of this. Berri on the attack. There he goes. He lands it.
Semele's like, that's not exactly what I wanted to do.
Yes.
We see Christian Bowers join the Russian corner over there.
I think Semele gets that one. I don't think Berri's going to win that. So on that type of touch, you see, looks like Berri's waiting a little bit, and Gigi is taking over with a few steps.
They both come, and they both sort of hesitate, but Semele comes off the line faster.
We'll see the conversation they're having here. What they come back with. And they were switching the call. Interesting. He's saying both of them stopped. So
yeah, they both stopped. It was a question of who.
Saying Berri missed first, then Gigi stopped, and then I see a few of the referee faces not looking so confident about the call. We'll keep that one off camera.
Also a very good referee.
One of the best things to do when you're watching stuff is look at the different referees' faces, because they always tell you what they think.
Oh yeah.
Not too many poker faces amongst the referees. There we go. Enrico Berri closing, though, within 1 point here, 11-12. Falling short. Here's Semele, so dangerous on this attack, so patient. And then, beautiful feint attack lands.
He's doing a nice job of the compose. You know, compound attacks, feints, going to multiple lines.
You can tell these guys are making extra effort to be really polite to each other. So
yeah.
And their parry post.
Pretty parry riposte. So that big gap has changed now.
And there looks like almost like Semele's about to get caught in preparation, and the Italians are so good at getting their hands out. One thing you realize, if someone's counterattack, you don't really need to be lunging. It's just getting the hand out.
And finishing.
And finishing. The Italians are so good at that. I think we're going to get You know, again, that could be attack no or attack. They called the earlier one.
You could say he could pull his arm.
They called the early one attack. I think they'll probably stick with that, but we shall see.
Let's see.
Compose. I walked looking around the face of the referees. They're saying Compose. So
right.
2014, that's Compose. Next year will be attack no. But either way, Semele is our first finalist for men's Sabre. And these guys, again, that classic teammate match when the guys are trying to, I said it only goes two ways. Either they're really friendly or they are trying to beat each other up. That one was on the friendly side.
Yeah, and it was nice fencing too. I mean, I think they went out of their way to give high quality, pretty actions. It was an entertaining bout, very gentlemanly. So here we have Yakomenko coming up on the strip. You see him coming into the screen on the right with Aldo Montano, who is a legend and rock star in Italy. Last year he was on Dancing with the Stars of the Italian version, and I remember seeing him in 2006 at the World Championships, and he was mobbed when he entered the venue. So for those who've watched his storied career from a storied family, the Montanos, 3 generations of great Italian fencers in the world, and I'm sure that that name will probably continue to go on as far as the Italian fencing world is concerned. And
this is an interesting match because neither one of Montano injured a lot of last year, not even in the 16. Yakomenko has really struggled since London. He's only ranked 16th in the world, and this is a guy who was number 1 or number 2 or number 3 for past 8 years. So both these guys, this is a great result for them the way this season's been going. There's Yakomenko, the beautiful attack. And both these guys are very, very creative. Montano, really a great parrier, really good feel for preparation. And Yakomenko, great attack and also a great feel for preparation. And there we see a nice attack from Yakomenko.
Took a little prise de fer. Montano acknowledges it. We also have one of the best referees in the world with Mr. Floria there. So, and you know, I always like seeing the referees, Papatore, Floria, Carpesciuari. They have such respect from the fencers as well. So you don't get a lot of the just petty crying from the fencers, and it makes it much cleaner because it gives them confidence.
Montano 28th in the world right now, so this is going to move him up a lot. Same thing for Yakomenko. Yakomenko with the repost, Montano pulling the distance, making the repost. Beautiful touch. Both these guys, I said, really fun fencers. We see a lot of simultaneous these days. These guys are not amongst them. Here we go. Montano going for a parry. Yakomenko lands.
Yeah, no, they will create. They don't. They are. I think that's the difference. Is they're confident enough in their defense, and they have repertoire. There are things that they can do, as we just saw in that attack. Montano went forward. He searched for the blade. He just kept coming and said, "Let me finish."
And Montano holding his hamstring a little bit.
That's the thing. Aldo is one of the older fencers, you know, on the circuit right now, and you know, because of that, he's been, you know, prone to the injuries, the one you just mentioned, and he's had a few of them in his time.
And there we see a really nice parry too against Yakomenko. Both of these guys really both going for a lot here. It's made for an interesting bout. And there Yakomenko on the attack. Montano going for another parry. This time Yakomenko lands.
And they're keeping it extremely close.
And there another parry riposte. Both of them just going back and forth with the parry riposte. The crowd liking that one.
Yeah, and Yakomenko, I remember him. He can do that so well.
Another parry. Both of these guys really just opening it up here. Both these guys have a lot of respect for each other, know each other very well. They've had a lot of battles. Montano going back. Montano's footwork still so beautiful.
Wow. Montano just knew he had hit. He's like, I just missed completely. How did I do that? Because he had him dead to rights on that point.
Gives him an opportunity to take his mask off, of course. Fix the hair. It's an important part of Montano is one of the few fencers that can actually fix his hair as the timeout.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, in London he was very restricted. He was very injured leading up to the games, and had won the Worlds the year before. Hopefully, good to see him back here in the finals and getting back up to, you know, the form that he wants to be at. And Yakomenko closes out the first half of the 8-6 lead, and really entertaining bout, and almost, I don't think any simultaneous here. Both fencers going for a parry or a distance on each one.
So you create Christian Bauer giving Yakomenko a little water and having a little conversation. I think the other thing about, here we go with this last touch. See him setting it up, tries to hit him. He missed the first stop cut, and then thought he had enough distance to make a second one.
You know, one of the true redemption stories is Reshetnikov, who had a really rough Olympics. Russia didn't win a medal on the team. Obviously, Kovalev won the bronze the individual, but Reshetnikov is pretty much cut from the team to start off this quad. And he won world championships last year all the way up to #1 in the world and kind of back in the good graces. But, it's Yakomenko's been the leader on this team for so long, but this has really been a season where he struggled. And it's, it's good to see him back up there, too. And as I mentioned, I think for Yakomenko, it's all about Olympic medals now. He's been #1 in the world. And for him, he's just all about Rio.
See the Latin American contingent over there, the president to the far right of your screen with the phone, Jorge Castro, president of the Mexican Federation, with some of the folks from Dominican Republic. Now, Aldo having had to fence yesterday and being a little older, he sat down on his break. He's like, I can use a little bit of extra energy.
That's how Montano's short. And, this is just going to go, both these guys are just going to be going for stuff here. So, and I don't think Yakomenko believes that was against him.
Yeah, I mean, it would
see if we can watch this touch. It looks like a parry. I think what he's saying is Yakomenko missed the first repost.
Right, first one he missed. Yeah, that's what it was. 2 actions.
There goes simultaneous.
Yeah, as Floria says, it could be different.
Now they're checking the replay.
No, the replay wasn't working. So now good thing he didn't challenge it.
There's Montano. That time stops. And again, something we talked about earlier, he catches Yakomenko transitioning to the attack.
In the distance, just keeping it so tight.
There's another parry. Watch this attack from Yakomenko. Beautiful footwork, patient. And oh, what a parry by Montano. And what a yell at the end.
Yeah, he felt that when he worked hard for it, too.
Classic Montano there. Looked like he pointed to his coach to say, yeah, Yakomenko likes to finish underneath.
Knew where he was going, made sure it didn't happen. And
got there, Montano
one.
with the 5. When Montano's on, he's one of the most beautiful fencers to watch. Such great creative touches.
Both of them. I mean, we are truly seeing 2 of the great talents of fine technique, execution at the height of the game when they're right.
Montano goes for another parry. This time Yakomenko lands.
I think if they can stay healthy through Rio, it'll be a very interesting run for both of them. Love that touch. Montano just stayed there, took a parry, stayed down, said, okay, now I'm going to go for my repost.
There's Yakomenko. Looks like maybe his shoes are a little bit slippery.
Yeah.
Watch his footwork. It's a great angle to see his footwork here. This little, one thing Montano does almost looks like he's lunging. And if you give him the attack on that, it's very tough to get him.
Oh, staying down, keeping that distance super close. Able to just, as soon as Yakomenko thought about moving, makes a nice hit. And now he was down at the break 8-6. Now he's come back with the 3-touch lead.
You see him now, he's fielding the defense, just going back, letting Yakomenko go. And this time Yakomenko lands the attack. These guys have a lot of respect for each other, picks up Montano. Montano's, I will say, huffing and puffing a little bit up there.
Yeah.
So we'll.
And that stretch, and he's had groin injuries. That for him to go down like that is not the greatest thing for him.
There, stands up on the 2. Yakomenko lands.
Because his legs, the legs, before he was getting those touches because his legs were holding so well.
And there he goes. Yakomenko thinking he's going back.
Or going for a parry. Eat one or the other. Gives him a little time.
Falls short. Beautiful attack there with the footwork. Oh.
Wow. Yakomenko was looking so much not to get parried that he never even arrived.
And as we see happening, Montano was searching for that parry. Yakomenko was waiting for him to finish.
Look at him. He goes for it. He says, oh, I got to move. And then he's able to.
Here we go. Montano just giving Yakomenko the attack. Oh! Parry repose for Montano into the finals.
On the back.
And that was a really classic Montano match. We've seen Marielle Zagunis with some great classic fencing. This is Montano, same thing here.
Beautiful bout.
Must have taken. You don't see that too often where one opponent takes 9 or 10 parries in a bout. That's just what Montano just did.
Montano is out of gas. He's going to have to go get oxygen before his next bout. Wow. Let's watch this. Really just great feeling here. Comes forward. We may not have this on the replay, but that was a beautiful parry repose. Take our word for it if you're watching the replay. All right. I wanted to see the touch on the over the back. Yes. There's Montano celebrating with his teammates. The Italians and the Russians. So, you know, I mean, when you see the Italians and Russians, you got this history of so many years of great fencers. And I think we're going to get. We've got Dagmara Wozniak. We get some commentary. We got the women's final coming up. Come on in here, Dagmara. Come on in. Slide on in. We've got Zagunis versus Kovaleva. And welcoming to the booth, Dagmara. So, Dagmara, before we start this match, tell us a little bit about Kovaleva here. It's her best result of her career. What should we expect here from her?
Well, I mean, as you saw, her bout was really intense. She's very patient when she's fencing. A lot of stop cuts to the arm, so. We'll see if we get Dagmara's.
Dagmara's telling us all about it, but I'm afraid only Tim and I are getting to hear it. Okay, go ahead, Dagmara.
Okay, so in the bout with Lembach, we saw a lot of stop cuts to the hand, a lot of really close touches, so I think she's going to have to work a little bit harder in this match. Marielle's very good at feeling when to finish the attack, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
And tell us a little about your match today. You had to fence your teammate Zagunis. Tell us a little about that match.
Yeah, I started off well, 8-6 or 8-5, and then Marielle started getting those touches in a row and really dominated the bout at the end. I started strong, but she just came out on top, and she's fencing very well today.
And here we have Marielle taking the strip. Getting ready to see how your calls work, Dagmara, and see who's going to be our champion for the 2014 Korfanty World Cup.
And Mike going out there. Kovaleva looks so loose in that first match. Be interested to see if she's like that now in the gold.
And it looks
Again,
like she
really
is.
Quick and patient off the line, just waiting for the right moment. Marielle made a slight hesitation, and she just went for it.
And she's doing the same thing that she was doing in her previous bout, getting those counter tempos right to the wrist, close in, not giving any distance.
Have these two fenced each other, Dagmara, that you've seen, or is this the first time Marielle's facing her?
I believe this is the first time Marielle's facing her in individual competition. We fenced Kovaleva, I think, a couple of times in team event, but never in individual. Same thing, I feel like now she's just taking advantage of the timing and is able to leave her blade out there. Marielle's winning by action, but Kovaleva's keeping her arm out and just being able to touch Marielle.
Which is what she seemed to have done in her last bout as well. Just getting tempo, just closing lights.
And there Marielle gets on the board. If you're just joining us, we've got Dagmara Wozniak here, two-time Olympic team member in the booth, joining us to help out, along with Don and myself.
That was great. Great
Marielle
attack by Marielle.
Marielle didn't even know she had the touch.
Yes.
They're still fencing.
You know, Marielle would love to win this here in the U.S. I hope we got a lot of people joining us on this stream, and we'll see if Marielle can bring home the gold for the U.S. as she's done so many times.
Got a referee, Papatore, one of the best coming out of London. Kovaleva is trying to impress him. He's not. It's a simultaneous.
Kovaleva seems to like that in-out. She did that a lot in the last. And this time, I think they're saying she's low on the guard.
It's always difficult to go against a fencer that's really comfortable with just kind of going back right off the line. So you have to be very patient in your attack.
There we go, Mario landing. I have to think, though, it's to Mariel's advantage here if Kovaleva continues to let her attack as Mariel when she gets going.
Now she's just changing it up. Goes in defense a couple times, and now she just has an opportunity to finish a really nice attack.
Kovaleva, a little bouncy attack. Mariel
Really
giving her the
patient.
line.
Yes.
Very, very patient in the attack.
I think the thing that Kovaleva has right now is you just think she's relaxed. She's got no pressure. This is her first time here.
She's having fun out there.
And there you see the stop cut. She went for about 3-4 times.
Right.
Mariel learned her lesson, though. Mariel kept parrying her.
Well, the other thing that Kovaleva has is her distance today has been impeccable. She is within that, you know, half an inch of being successful or not.
Very nice action.
And Kovaleva so loose in this final. Normally a strategy is not to just let Mariel Zagunis attack you, but she's able to succeed here so far with a 6-5 lead.
It's like a reverse touch right there.
Right.
Same thing back
Mario
to
says,
the other person.
it works for her, I think it'll work for me.
Exactly.
And I think they're going to give that to Mariel. We'll see. Yep. That time, Kovaleva going for the stop cut. And again, this is one of those calls that changes season to season, but sometimes you can get the repost when you go for the stop cut.
Yeah.
Other times they give the continuation. That time, Mariel gets continuation on the attack.
Agreed.
Yep. Yep. That time, Mariel
Same thing
holding.
from the other side.
I don't think Mariel knows what to do with her right here.
It's a little hard because there's nothing that's predictable about what she's doing.
Exactly.
This time, Mariel pulls a
Just
distance.
a lot of actions are being done right off the line for both sides. I think if they use the strip a little bit more, Mariel can pull her in and out. She's just giving up right away.
Well, the other thing about Mariel's game is Mariel builds her game on simultaneous. Kovaleva is not bothering to do any simultaneous, so it's not giving her like her what I would call in chess her opening move.
Yeah, she's not able to really set up the rhythm. That time, Mariel pulling the distance. She's got the lead here, though, so Mariel's a lot of experience. And even though she doesn't look super comfortable with Kovaleva, she's still finding ways to score and stay in the lead. So
Well,
what is Ed telling Mariel here?
I'm sure he's probably telling her, yeah, she's giving up right away. Kovaleva is giving Mariel the initiative for the attack, so she just needs to be able to continue her attack and finish, you know, at the proper time instead of either falling short or getting caught in a parry. It's all about distance right now. It's not, again, you can see it's not a speedy bout like what was going on with Lembach and Kovaleva. It's a lot more of tactics. It's a lot more, you know, a thought process. This is the physical chess game that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What is Kovaleva going to do here? Just keep going, or any changes for her?
I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to run at Mariel a couple of times to almost pull Mariel to start coming faster at her again so she can go back to the previous plan that was working.
Try to get Mariel to engage in a simultaneous that
Exactly.
Kovaleva is not going to take part in.
Exactly.
Here we go. Mariel up 8-7, 7 away from the gold.
Very nice attack by Mariel.
Yeah.
Slowed it down, changed up the distance, and was just ready to finish at the right
Exactly.
time.
Yep. Finishing it off.
And sometimes a little change of speed can go a long way. It looked like Mariel started just a little bit slower there, and she saw Kovaleva pulling the distance, and this time Mariel with that extra distance able to finish the attack.
Really active defense.
Looks like Mariel is being very patient, waiting for that counterattack. It comes, and then Mariel's ready to strike in.
Almost baiting her.
Yep. Definitely looks like Zagunis has come out of the break with a little bit of change, a little bit slower start, and then look like they're in her attack, just trying to be really, really patient, not rush too much against Kovaleva's strong defense.
Adjusting to the rhythm. Wow. And that's what's making her really dangerous. So
A lot of people are going for the attacks. Then you have a fencer that comes up and a ready fence goes backwards. It's not the usual type of style of fencing that you see today in Sabre.
no. Well,
Everyone's trying to win that attack and run and run and run.
The referees check that one. Kovaleva not happy, but I think that is together.
and it was also interesting. We saw that in the last men's bout too. You know, both of them were
Exactly.
willing to. Well, if you want to attack, fine. You know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
This time, I think the referee warning Kovaleva about the demonstrative response. Another parry. She misses the repost. And then Marielle landing the attack.
So now I think Marielle, when she's attacking, she's thinking a lot about controlling Kovaleva's blade, so none of those stop cuts to the hand happen.
And picking up more distance now.
And Marielle, I think, wants to say that she took the blade, but she's looking back at Ed. I think she knows Kovaleva took that a little more strength on that one.
Well, it looked from the outside for sure.
You're right. She's taking the blade.
Yeah.
And that time Mario takes the blade, makes the cut.
And Kovaleva's not going away. She does not care. Marielle's won 2 Olympics. She is hanging tough here with Zagunis.
Well, she didn't get to this final match by doing anything but that.
And I think you're right, Doc Mara. She looks like Marielle's really trying to beat the blade before she goes. And even with the beat, Kovaleva will take a parry there.
That attack would have been successful. I think it was just a little bit too far of a distance to finish. But again, that attack was just perfect. Right time to finish, and she was able to execute it perfectly.
Close the distance nicely.
Marielle 3 away now.
Both of them came a little slower than normal on that.
Marielle using line. Let's see. Oh, wow. Marielle gets the repost in.
That was a big touch.
There was a parry, but I definitely heard an attempt for a remise, and Marielle just held that
she
parry and just waited to give it back.
You're not coming through on this side. You may go somewhere else, but this door is closed.
And there's a stop cut. And Kovaleva just giving Marielle 2-3 opportunities to attack. Marielle's going to challenge.
A lot of blade work in this bout.
It looks like Marielle really learned from the first bout Kovaleva fenced here in the semis. It's not really giving Kovaleva the opportunity for the stop cut.
And I think the other thing that now, because she's done so many prees, so that the referee is looking at it. So when she does it, he sees it.
Another parry riposte.
A little bit
Kovaleva.
too fast. Right idea,
Yeah,
but a little bit too fast from Marielle's side.
Yep, as we hear in the background.
I'm like fighting the urge not to scream, "Go, Marielle!"
And there, Marielle, excellent.
There you go.
Right.
Slow down a little bit on the start.
And close that distance slowly.
And
Don't
close the
take
distance.
that big, yeah.
But I think what was also important, Marielle kept her hand back a little bit more, and Kovaleva didn't feel like she can get the blade.
Another stop cut. Kovaleva's not going to make this easy. We've seen that. 14-13 here.
She loves those stop cuts in defense.
And you know, it's almost as if you don't do the perfect attack against her, she will make you pay.
Every time.
Here we go again. Kovaleva giving Zagunis the attack.
Nice
And Zagunis
attack,
lands!
Marielle.
Gold medal for
Perfect
Zagunis. And you could tell she was happy to get out of that bout. That Kovaleva gave her quite a bout, but makes Zagunis so good. She's hung in there, picked the right strategies, and pulls it out 15-13. Hug from coach.
Yeah, she wins his Korfanty World Cup, and also the sponsor, Absolute Fencing Gear, who's her sponsor. So this is a win for all of the folks that support her.
But a great day for Kovaleva for sure. Her best result, silver medal, and I think we're going to be seeing more of her. What do you think, Doug Morrow?
I believe so. Even in the previous World Cups, I saw very good bouts from her, and I think it's just the beginning.
I'm sure she's happy here. Second win of the season. She's closing in on Carlon, trying to get that #1 ranking back. Carlon, of course, finishing 5th today, and now we've got a exciting final coming up with 2 more teammates, Montano and Sabre.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot it is an all-Italian final, so we'll see how that comes out.
So thank you, Doc Mara, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, Doc Mara, it was really a pleasure. We're going to have to do this more often with you.
Yes.
And good luck with the rest of your season, all right?
Thank you. And tomorrow, we're fencing
And
team
tomorrow,
event.
the team
event.
Who are your first few matchups tomorrow?
I believe we're fencing the winner of Hong Kong and Japan. Puerto Rico.
And then what's your likely top 8 match?
I'm not 100% sure.
You're not worried about it. You got to worry about the first match first. So
Yeah, you take them one at a time.
That's right.
You don't think about that one until you get through the others. All right, Dagmar, thank you for coming by.
Here we go, Don.
Okay.
Montano versus Mele for the gold medal.
it'll be interesting on this match to see if Montano is going to fence the way he fenced with Yakomenko.
You know, I think this match actually means a lot more to Montano. He has not won a tournament in a while. He's, you know, as I said, the injuries last year. This will be his first win since the World Championships in 2011. And I think he, you know, right now he's 28th in the world. A little hobbled on the first one.
Yeah, pretty touch though.
You know, oftentimes Montano, if you watch a lot of his bouts, you're going to see him holding things and pulling things. So,
well, his calves tend to bother him. You see a lot of times he'll be pulling that toe up just to open up that calf muscle. And I think a lot of that's because of how he fences. He stays up on his toes so much that it puts a lot of pressure on that calf.
Both of them beautiful footwork here. And there Montano taking the parry riposte against a counterattack. Yeah, Montano holding himself.
That calf is just tightening up on him.
But I tell you what, I can't tell you how many times I fenced Montano. He's holding himself, looks like he can barely stand. Then the referee says fence, and he's charging at
That's
you.
right.
So,
the adrenaline kicks in. He's got that little button.
He's holding himself, but he's still moving when the referee's saying fence. There we go, counterattack. No, of course you're going to see a lot of this. I also just think he might be tired, so.
Well, he had to fence yesterday.
Yeah, giving himself a little time in between each touch to hold his, you know, calf and stuff, letting him recuperate a little bit.
Yeah, to get a breath in. It's not easy for these old guys, you know, like me.
I said I think Montano really wants to win this tournament. Not that Semele doesn't, but I think the meaning here for him with all the injuries and everything is high. Here we go. He's up 4-1.
Well, plus Montano always likes the U.S., so this is sort of one of his special places. I'm sure that'll be fun for him as well.
It's up to an early 4-1 lead. And again, the Italians being very polite here to each other. Teammate match. That time Semele closing him out. But a great day for the Italians. They're 3 in the top 4.
Yeah, yeah. And it was interesting because it looked like it could have been 3 Russians in the top 4 very easily at one point.
And Montano trying the remise, and wow.
Right, there was no repost.
It looked, you know, honestly, I think if Gigi Semele were not fencing Montano, he would challenge this here. It looked like, you know, Montano fell short. Semele sent his arm out, and Montano was just, you know, remising. But Montano's up to a 5-2 lead. Semele not challenging that call. So now this is when you're as an athlete you get confused. Last match that was attack composé. Here it is attack no. So he's going to challenge that one.
Yeah.
And again, I think a few years back that would definitely be attack no. Now the referees, if the defender is still kind of searching for the parry, they've been tending to say, you know, attack composé and give the athlete the attack.
And he feels it was attack no.
Yep, 6-2 for Montano. Montano really feeling good, using the distance.
Nice. And just doing that, I'm coming back, no, I'm not coming back, I'm going to make a counterattack and close you out all at the same time.
If you watch a footwork, he's doing so many little steps, staying close. And one thing that makes Montano great, he's able to change directions really effectively. So Semele likes to have an attack where he kind of bounces back, but with Montano, you can't really do that with him because Montano will take over.
Oh, he's got put it on overdrive and, you know, afterburners and everything.
And there, I think Montano will challenge that one. So Montano thinks he takes the parry.
I thought he did too.
We'll see what. Although I have to say, with Capichuari, he doesn't often change his calls.
Well, it'll be a question. He's got Floria behind him. These are the 2 best. He says no. I think Floria disagrees with him. Oh, he said he missed the parry. He said it was Malparé.
So we got the parry and missed, and Semele needed that touch too. It's 7-3.
Oh yeah, he definitely needed that touch. As opposed to going into the break at 8-2.
And there, Semele right back with the parry riposte,
which is what Montano thought he had done.
Watch how fast Montano changes directions. Let's see that touch again. I mean, this is really, we saw some earlier bouts where the opponents got caught flat-footed when one fell short. Montano is lightning, even at his 35 years of age, when someone misses, immediately taking over. And one thing that's incredible, he looks like he's going really fast, but he's actually making very small steps.
He's going very fast, but with very small steps.
So the opponent, you know, gets a little bit nervous, and then he's able to accelerate and finish.
And explode, completely and totally explode.
Of course, no coaching here. We got Semele sharing his drink with Montano. There we go. Looks like they got a little crystal light in there or something.
Yep.
And these guys are just chatting up there. Here's this touch. Watch how quickly Montano, and look how I said, it looks like Andrew Fischel, if you watch his videos, calls that the trample attack, but it almost looks like Montano's about to lunge, but he's sort of in between it, so it makes it actually, when he does lunge, hard for you to see where the actual lunge is coming.
Exactly.
Because his steps are, as I say, looks like his foot's about to extend to a lunge, and he sort of tramples it down.
Stealth attack.
Yes, I know Fischel will be very happy that I'm quoting him here.
Right.
Andrew Fischel, Cyrus of Chaos on YouTube, has a lot of great videos. He's done a lot of great work.
Whenever we see somebody in the family doing good stuff, we want to make sure we acknowledge it and keep supporting building the sport of fencing around the world.
And we're back here. Montano with an 8-4 lead.
Big difference. It looked like it was going to be 8-2 for a minute there.
And Semele off the line, and interesting. He's not liking that. Honestly, seems like a huge reversal from earlier in the day. Now that seemed like a very tight attack. No.
But you know what? I see what. So watch. See how he's holding the blade, and he hasn't finished the attack yet.
I don't know.
And that's exactly what he just said. It's that pull. It's that pull back.
I know the crowd doesn't agree. I'm not sure I agree with that one, but.
Well, I didn't say I agree. I'm just saying that's why he's calling it.
That's right.
You know.
And this as an athlete is always tough when you think it's going one way, and then all of a sudden it looks like you just want consistency. But he has called it in this bout the same way.
And this is where you have to adjust to your referee. I mean, that's the hardest thing about saber fencing, is that it has that subjectivity, and all we ask is the consistency.
And there's Semele holding his arm. Montano now 10-4 lead, and I think Semele here is not sure what to do. It looks he's confused about his attack, if he's going to get it. And now you see the hesitation. And there he goes, lands the attack.
That was the first time Aldo hasn't been able to stay down. He just had to release. Yeah. Now the question is, can Semele just grind him down, wear him out physically?
And I think got the counter parry. Montano acknowledges right away.
That was a pretty action.
Apologizing for hitting him hard.
Nice action.
That time, Semele gets the attack. You know, Montano's had a lot of interesting bouts here in the U.S. Remember him winning the Grand Central one in New York City, and I think it was 2003 against his teammate against teammate Tarantino.
2004.
I remember when we had the Vegas World Cup, he was unfortunately the victim of winning 14-5 against Jay-Z Wang of China, and Jay-Z scored 10 in a row. And Semele able to get a little closer here, 10-7. And this time closes him out.
Yeah, Aldo is just getting really tired now. What he was able to do before was keeping those, as we were showing, those super small steps. It takes so much energy and so much precision to be able to do that. But if you start breaking down either with your endurance, yeah,
Semele's upset at himself.
Well, he picked that up the other time.
And he went for the parry in place too, or maybe he wants to move a little bit more and make Montano go up and down the strip with him. That time, almost doing him a favor going for a parry in place.
Right.
And you see now, Semele wants it now.
Semele, it looked like that's because Capoeira is calling that quick préalé. You don't have any.
Parry post boost by Montano. Here comes Semele. Gets it in. Montano acknowledging, and now we're at 9-11, so getting a little more interesting here, Don.
Oh, as we said, if it was 8-2, it was a different kind of bout. Now we're close, and with Montano, yep. See, those are the kind of mistakes you start making when you're just getting tired.
So we're going to see if Montano's got a second wind here. Looks like Semeli's got a lot of energy, and he's on a run.
He's got to win this 5-touch bout if he wants to be the champion.
And there, Montano counterattacking.
Look at him. It hurt. Every touch hurts.
Of course, the Italians also known for their drama and and everything else. So again, I think this is almost a tactic on Montano's part, just to give himself a little a little time to breathe.
Oh yeah. More
so than him being injured here.
He needs every breath that he can get. And see how much faster his tempo just picked up just with a little breather there.
Trying to hold on here for this gold medal. This time,
wow.
Montano challenging.
That's interesting.
And again, it looked like Semeli started first. Montano's cutting in, wins the arm. But yeah, they're keeping that call. Semeli within one here. It's Montano trying to hang on. He's got had this lead throughout.
The thing about it is Montano felt Semeli not cutting, but it doesn't mean that the referee sees it the same way.
See, they're now going to give a quick card. Semeli getting that one.
And knowing why.
And there, Montano caught in preparation again, holding his foot, and now we're tied up 12-12. But I tell you, even when the referee says fence, Montano was moving. So whatever tiredness he has, he's definitely still got some gas in there.
Oh yeah, he's coming off the line. Question is, can he hold everything together once he gets off that line?
And now Capochouari finally telling him, look, you got a fence. Well, he's saying get on guard.
He doesn't want to take an injury time out. Yeah, he can't move. He's not moving anymore. You can just see it.
But, he's still very crafty, so Semeli did a good job there of taking over really quickly. Montano trying to get some breath in here to try to pull out a few more touches, see if he can.
Just trying to get a little energy in his legs.
No, I think Semeli is going to really keep the pressure on with the attack here. Let Montano go, and there, cuts in. And that's where you really get hurt when you're tired, is a transition. Montano seeing Semeli going back, but as he transitioned, not the same smoothness, and Semeli able to take advantage.
Just that little footwork. He doesn't have the control that he had just 8 touches ago.
So huge turnaround here at the break. We've got Semeli on a 10-4 run. Semeli wants that one. Looked like Montano might have stopped. Semeli's trying to say it was his repost.
I think they'll call that simultaneous.
Now, they don't like to often end matches on those close ones. We see two of the best referees in the world.
Look at Mario's got the eyeball look.
You can't see the facial expression on the camera, but.
Oh, it almost looks like he tried to close him out with opposition.
And they're going to come back, calling it together.
Yeah, that's the. You don't need to end a good match like that.
There was a match earlier today with Limbach and Ibrahimov. I think they did simultaneous 10 times in a row before they finished it. And of course, Limbach injuring himself actually had to withdraw from the tournament.
Yeah.
So here we go. 14-12 match point for Semeli. Another simultaneous.
He did Montano a favor with that little break.
And there Montano goes for the stop cut. Semeli lands, and Gigi Semeli is our 2014 Korfanty Absolute Fencing World Cup champion.
Well, congratulations, Gigi Semeli. Aldo Montano giving us a good show and a good run. And so any last wrap-up, Tim?
I mean, I think it looked like just Montano ran out of gas. With his match with Yakimenko in the first half with Semeli, he was so on with the parries and preparations, and looked like if he just had a little more energy, he would have pulled this out. But great day of fencing, great day for Mario Zagunis, bringing home the gold. here in Chicago, and then Semele, great day for the Italians.
Well, you know, I think you're right about that. When Montano gets back into that top 16, doesn't have to do that extra day, it's probably going to be a little bit different for him. But this will help him get back up and move up the ranks very quickly. And congratulations to Marielle again. I want to thank our sponsor, Absolute Fencing. They are really doing a great job in the U.S. of supporting USA Fencing. Want to also congratulate the namesake of this tournament, Ed Korfanty, and being coaching Marielle. We gave an award to Yuri Gelman, our former national Sabre coach, your coach, and for his great work with USA Fencing. We're going to be coming up with the medal ceremony, but while we will be broadcasting the ceremony live, I'm going to sign off for Tim Morehouse. And thank you. And once again, we'll be back in New York for the Grand Prix tournament in December. Tim will be helping us work with that. Look forward to seeing you all again soon.
And
Good
we got
night.
Tomorrow night as well. We got the team event. So.
And we have the team event tomorrow night. So you will be back at 6:30. And we're looking forward to seeing you again. Thanks a lot, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Don.
Okay.
See you all tomorrow.
Will the medalists please report to the Justice Fundamental Committee? Medalists report to the DT table. Our medal presentations. Ready? Please welcome the women's individual Sabre medalists for the 2014 Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup. If the medalists will please report to the area in front of the bout committee. Please welcome the women's individual saber medalist for the 2014 Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup. And now, presenting the women's individual saber medalist for the 2014 Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup. Tonight's presenters are Nikolai Matev and Yana Dakova. Nikolai Matev is a former member of the Bulgarian national saber team who's lived in Iceland for the last 20 years. He is now a member of the FIE Promotion Commission and is the official FIE observer for this tournament. Nikolai Matev. Yana Dakova is a former member of the Bulgarian national foil team who's lived in the United States for the last 17 years. She is a member of the U.S. Fencing Officials Commission as well as the FIE Arbitrage Commission. Yana Dakova. Our bronze medalists tonight are Charlotte Lembach from France and Irene Becky from Italy. Congratulations to our bronze medalist. And tonight's silver medalist is Victoria Kovaleva from Russia. And the 2014 Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup gold medalist is Mariel Zagunis from the USA. Congratulations, and please rise for the display of flags and the national anthem of the United States of America. again, please congratulate gold medalist Mariel Zagunas and all of our medalists in the Korfanty Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup. We'll now take a few moments for photos. Immediately following this medal presentation will be the men's individual Sabre medal presentation. Will all of the Italians please go to the bout committee for the medal presentation? Men's Sabre medalists, please report to the bout committee. Tonight's presenters are Jose Luis Alvarez and Don Anthony. Jose Luis Alvarez was a member of the 1992 Olympic team representing Spain in men's sabre. He serves on the FIE Arbitrage Committee. Jose Luis Alvarez. And Don Anthony is the president of the United States Fencing Association. He serves on the FIE Executive Committee and was a member of the 1989 and 1995 U.S. World Championship teams for men's sabre and is a silver medalist of the 2010 Veteran World Championships. Don Anthony. Our bronze medalists tonight are Alexei Yakomenko from Russia and Enrico Ferre from Italy. Congratulations to our bronze medalists. Tonight's silver medalist is Aldo Montano from Italy. And our 2014 Absolute Fencing Gear Korfanty Cup gold medalist is Luigi Samali from Italy. Congratulations. Please rise for the display of flags and the national anthem of Italy. congratulations. We'll take a few moments for pictures. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us for tonight's medal presentation and for today's events at the Fencing Gear Korfanty World Cup. Tomorrow morning,